And a curveball line and off the glove of the shortstop Newman and into center field. And Lindor's got a leadoff hit.
The kick in the 1-2. Lindor cracks the ball deep right center field. This one is way out. Gone. Francisco Lindor's 9th home run of the year. A solo job in the bottom of the 3rd. And the Mets are on the board. The Arizona lead is now 2-1. Deep out to left center over the party deck and well into the seats. 431 feet away. That was a smash.
As he pokes one toward the middle, and he's got his 3rd hit of the game. 1-2 from Thompson. And he pulls one past the glove of Walker and into right field. Alonso heading home. He will score. Down to second goes Lindor. And the Mets have tied the game. A 4-hit game for Francisco Lindor. He's driven in both New York runs, and the Mets have drawn even in the 7th. 1 out and nobody on. J.D. Martinez coming up. And J.D. clocks one to deep center field. Back goes Carroll, takes a look, and it's out of here! Into the block! J.D. Martinez with his first big Mets moment. Puts the Mets in front with an 8th inning home run. The former Diamondback J.D. Martinez hits the tar out of it for his 4th home run to put the Mets up 3-2. Tonight, only 26 for the year, though, second to last in the league. Hit sharply, but right at McNeil. He's got it. And the ball game is over. Reed Garrett gets the final 3 outs. J.D. Martinez with a huge home. Mentioned the 7 home runs, and he bangs that one up the middle for his first Mets hit. So Iglesias starts off the bottom of the 5th, his first big league hit since 2022.
You can see right now Iglesias at first wants to get the ball.
Well, Darryl, from draft day in 1980 to this moment, please, everyone, direct your attention to the retired numbers in left field, where Darryl's number 18 is unveiled. Now and forever, congratulations, Darryl. Let's give one more hand for today's honoree, Darryl Strawberry.
And he drives this one out to right center field. That's deep, headed back toward the wall. That ball is out of here. Luis Torrens with his first home run as a New York Met. For Torrens, his 20th career home run, his first of the season, and the Mets have a 1-0 lead.
Now that is his 2nd hit, and both have been to right center field. Remember the 2 RBI double to right center, the last homestand, a big double, and now this home run.
That's drilled to center field. Young going back onto the warning track at the wall. He leaps and he can't get it. Home run. Luis Torrens with his 2nd home run of the day. Where have you been, Luis Torrens?
You used to be where you've been, Joe DiMaggio. My goodness. How about that?
No big league home run since 2022, and now he has them in back-to-back at-bats. His first 2 as a Met make it 3-0 New York. And now this one's hit deep by Lindor, headed toward the stands, and that's out of here. Back-to-back home runs on consecutive pitches by Torrens and Lindor, and it's 4-0 New York. Number 10 for Lindor. The Mets lining them up and knocking them down. Lindor on the very next pitch goes deep to make it 4-0. And now Vientos grounds one toward the hole. It's off. Abrams and into left field. Alonso comes in to score, and it's 5-0 New York. Looked like Abrams was going to get there in the hole, but Vargas cut in front of him, and Abrams was unable to get the handle. That's lined down the line by Bader. That's a fair ball into the corner. Alonso will come home. Martinez to third. He's being waved home. Vientos trying to score. The throw to the plate is not in time as he comes in standing. Bader with a 2-run double driving home Martinez and Vientos, and it's 7-0 New York.
You throw Bader above the belt high and above, you're asking for trouble. Ninth batter for the inning.
Ground ball toward the hole, and that's through for a base hit. Here comes Bader to score. 6 runs home in the inning. Iglesias drives in a run to make it 8-0.
Well, like that, lightning strikes.
Iglesias has now hit in all 5 games he's played as a Met. 1-2 coming. Line drive caught by a diving Iglesias, and a fitting close to a great defensive day as Iglesias lays out to Rob Garcia, and the Mets sweep the Nationals as they pound out another huge offensive day. Luis Torrens with a pair of home runs. Francisco Lindor goes deep as well.
Line drive, it is a base hit to left field. Torrens rounds third, he will score. Alonso will go to third, sliding into second with an RBI double is Brandon Nimmo, and the Mets are on the board. It's 3-1 Phillies.
Well, Nimmo takes a tough left-hander and is patient, and that's something that's a strong part of his game. He lets the ball get deep enough and is able to just get enough towards the barrel to fight it off into left field. And Soto is a tough guy to stay in on there, a little effectively wild, pulls the hands down and through to get to that barrel.
JD Martinez rips one to left field. It's a base hit. Scoring is Alonso. Here comes Nimmo. Here's the throw. He's safe. It's a 2-run single for Martinez, and we have a tie game at 3.
And JD Martinez is one batter that has one of the highest first pitch swinging rates in Major League Baseball. He is with a plan. He is there to attack.
And the pitch. Chop to third. Here comes Taylor. No play. Tie game. Bohm tried to barehand it, could not come up with it, and scoring is Taylor, and the game is 4-4.
Taylor got a good jump off at third. He was going on just when he saw that ball was high enough, he said, I can score. Real Muto was pointing to first. Throw it there.
The 2-2. He hit him. That's going to force in a run, and the Mets lead 5-4. Alonso takes one for the team as McNeil scores the 5th run.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a disaster for the Phillies and Alvarado, and he's been missing consistently, and this is ultimately the worst outcome for the Phillies. Mets have done.
And that one gets past Real Muto. Here comes Vientos. He'll score at 6-4 Mets.
Smith against Castellanos. Wants to take his time, and who can blame him in the circumstances? He must be feeling so much pressure out there. Not the closer by any stretch of the imagination. That's Edwin Diaz. It's a closer by committee. He's the man today with the pressure on his shoulders. And Castellanos' bat explodes, and they're going to get the runner at home. They're going to get the double play to win the game. What an end! The shattered bat. The runner out at home plate, and the ball fired into the glove. And the first baseman, Pete Alonso, and the New York Mets somehow withstand the Phillies rally, and they win Game 2 in London 6-5. 17 hits. What drama, what a game, what a finish.
Such an improbable finish. That swing by Castellanos was what we call a swinging bunt. His bat explodes, the ball's just right out in front. They're able to get the runner at home and then get the double play. It's not a common traditional way to get it done, but for a team that's struggled in late in the game, they'll take it.
Josh, if this ball travels a meter or two, everybody's probably safe. It's probably game over.
Yeah, this was
remarkable.
A game of inches right there.
What an astonishing end to the game. The Mets can't believe it. Nick Castellanos with a look of disbelief on his face.
1 to Martinez with Alonso on deck. And J.D. rockets one out to right center. Back in the gap goes Chisholm looking up, and it's out of here! J.D. Martinez wins it with a 2-run opposite field home run!
Last 2 starts have been tough for Sean.
The breaking ball strikes out Machado, and he struck him out with a high heater. Back-to-back strikeouts for Minaya. And Kim foul tips the slider for strike 3. Higashioka down on strikes. 1-2 coming to Machado. And that's on the inside corner. Got him looking. And Solano goes down swinging on the slider. And Manaya's got 6 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. 3-2 to Higashioka. And he got him looking. Side retired. 7 strikeouts now for Minaya. Marte has been trying to get a read at first base. Started and stopped once. Now he's going. Pitch outside. The throw by Higashioka not in time. And Marte is now 12 for 12.
Stolen base in the inning, by the way, is a milestone for Marte. It was his 350th career stolen base. That leads active players right now.
Punch to the right side. McNeil gets to it. Gets up and throws him out. Big time play by Jeff McNeil to get Solano. 2 men down. Azocar to third. So now the Padres are down to their final out. 3-2 to Cronenworth. He struck him out and the ball game is over. Edwin Diaz for the first time in 39 days locks down a save. 39 days for number 39, and the Mets get a badly needed shot in the arm from their closer as they beat the Padres 2-1. Solano hits it sharply. Lindor with a beautiful snag in the backhand flip, and he got him. Oh, wow! Francisco Lindor with a sublime play.
Well, this is as good as it gets right here. Getting to the ball, but this is the difficult part. That is beauty.
And Martinez hits it deep to right center. Back goes Tatis at the wall. It's out of here. J.D. Martinez strikes again. A 2-run homer. Again, he goes the other way. His 7th home run, and it's 3-0 New York. And he drives this one out to right center field. Back in the gap goes Merrill at the fence, and it's out of here. J.D. Martinez again. His 2nd of the day. And it's 4-1 New York. Like a big extra base hit machine, J.D. Martinez keeps on producing. Good times. Fly ball deep right field, and Lindor has tied this game into the 2nd deck. 12th home run of the year for Lindor to get the Mets off to a fast start. His 3rd home run in 8 career at-bats against Dylan Cease.
Well, the man who loves to spin the baseball through 3 consecutive fastballs to Lindor.
Yep, surprising. No Barnes.
Fly ball deep left center. Alonso got hold of one. Back to the wall. It's out of here. Pete Alonso puts the hammer down with his 15th home run of the year. A 3-run shot, and it's 4-0 New York. Carnage does not cease. Home runs in the first inning by Lindor and Alonso, number 15 for Pete. And the Mets have put 4 runs on the board without a single out. 3-2 coming. And Martinez gulps that one out to right. Back goes Tatis. Back near the wall. It's off the fence. Nimmo around third. He will score. Martinez pulls in at second base with a well-struck RBI double. J.D. just keeps on raking, and it's 7-1 New York. Martinez on base for the 9th straight time and drives in his 12th run in the last 8 games. And then Tatis flies one out to right, and Marte diving, and he made the catch. Marte took a rough route to that ball, but made the adjustment and the diving play to rob Tatis of a hit, and that's how the inning comes to an end. Marte, who's seen so many balls fall in front of him, wasn't going to let that one drop. And he makes the play to an appreciative Hauser.
I got a home run in yesterday's game.
1-2 coming. punch to the right side. That's going to go through for a base hit. When you're hot, you're hot. Jay didn't hit it hard, but he found the hole, and he's on base for a 10th straight time. 2-2 coming. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Drew Smith. 2-2 coming. On the ground, McNeil with another chance. He gets all 3 ground balls in the 9th. Then the ball game is over. The Mets. And Lindor hits one right where Seager is, but it's off his glove. And Vientos will score. Heading for third is McNeil. And Lindor is safe at first base. It looked like the Rangers had positioned their defense perfectly, but Seager unable to come up with that hot ground ball, and the Mets have a 2-0 lead.
That almost killed Gray.
And Nimmo takes one the other way for a base hit. That'll bring in McNeil. And it's 3-0 New York. And the Mets are singling John Gray to death. That is 7 singles through the first 11 batters. And the Mets are up 3-0.
So Brandon, you can get base hits with the ball on the ground.
And he rips one base hit left field. Lindor is in with the 3rd run of the inning, and it's 4-0 New York. Alonso with his 2nd RBI hit in the first 2 innings. And the Mets are stringing together the hits.
Fastball. Didn't get it in enough.
And Stewart clocks one to deep right field. Back goes Garcia, takes a look, and it's out of here. DJ Stewart with a 3-run homer. 7-0 New York. 5th home run of the year for Stewart as he jumped on Gray's first pitch and hit a high fly ball out of the ballpark. And it's 7-0 New York in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. Huff down on strikes, and the Mets have themselves a rollicking victory. A season-high 22 hits as everybody gets into the act. And the Mets match their season best with a 6-game winning streak as they bludgeon the Rangers 14-2.
Well, where do I start? 4 for 4 Lindor with 2 RBIs. 3 for 4 Nimmo with a home run and 4 RBI. 3 hits for Pete.
That's hit in the air to deep left field. Back goes Langford looking up, and it's out of here. Mark Vientos gets the Mets on the board first with his 6th home run of the year. So after 3 hits last night, Vientos smacks one out of the ballpark. After Lorenzen had retired 5 in a row, Vientos gives the Mets a 1-0 lead. And now Nimmo hits one in the air to deep right field. Back goes Jankowski at the wall, jumping, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo begins the Mets comeback with his 2nd home run in 2 nights. Number 9 for Nimmo. And it cuts the Texas lead to 6-3.
Just beautiful swing on a bell-tie fastball out over the plate.
And Lindor hits the first cutter right to second base where Seager steps and throws low.
My.
Low can't handle it, and a run comes in.
Wow.
An absolutely tailor-made double play, and Seager bounced the throw, allowing Vientos to score to make it 6-4. Wow. Inning should have been over. Robertson threw 1 pitch. Looked like he had 2 outs.
It's got 2 casual.
Runners get set to go. 3-2. And he lines one to left center field. That's an extra base hit up the gap, and it'll tie the game. Alonso is in. Marte scores. Francisco Alvarez with a 2-run double, and the Mets draw even 6-6 in the 8th. Huge hit for Alvarez, his 2nd straight 3-hit game as he plates a pair to get the Mets even. And Alonso pulls one over the bag. That's a fair ball going down the line. Nimmo is in with the lead run. Racing for third is Martinez. He's going to be held there. Pete Alonso gives the Mets the lead with an RBI double. And it's 7-6 New York in the 9th. The Mets have scored in 4 consecutive innings to come from 4 runs down to take a 9th inning lead. 1-2 coming from Diaz. Popped it up, shallow left field. Nimmo coming on, he's there. And the ball game is over. The Mets win their 7th in a row as they come from 4 runs down. Alvarez with the tying hit in the air. And Pete hits one in the air deep to center field. Back goes Langford to the track, back at the wall. It's out of here. Pete Alonso gives the Mets the lead with a 2-run homer. Number number 16 for Alonso, and the Mets go in front for the first time tonight. It's 3-1. Pete Alonso, 10 RBIs in his last 4 games, and the Mets are in front in the 6th inning.
JD laces that one to deep center field, and it's out of here. A bullet of a shot for JD Martinez. A 3-run home run, and 3 batters into this one. The Mets up 3-0. Just a scorcher of a home run from JD.
Again, Imanaga getting behind in the count. Tried to come inside. Looked like maybe a cutter that did not cut, but he jumped all over that to the pull side.
The 0-1. Gets a hold of that one to deep left center field. Going back is Bellinger, and it's gone. Francisco Alvarez, his 2nd home run of the season, and the Mets get that 1 run right back. It's 4-1.
Another ball hit right on the nose by a Mets hitter. And watch how he just sits on that backside and fires at that high fastball. And you get anything in the air to left field today, it's going out of the park.
Brandon Nimmo up, swinging first pitch. Going back at the track, at the wall, it's gone. Wow. 3rd home run of the afternoon for the Mets. 6-1 ball game.
Steve, these games, when the wind is blowing out, it can become a little bit like a home run derby, because balls that are line drives that necessarily might be doubles in the gap do not come out of the air. And that one he just flicked into the 3rd row, into left center.
Meanwhile, Jose Iglesias off to a great start with the Mets, both on the field and off the field as well. And he loops this one over the second baseman. Coming on is Bellinger, but he can't make the grab. And Iglesias has a hit.
He's up.
So it's up to Jose Iglesias now. First pitch swinging. That's through for a base hit. Being waved around home is Marte. Here comes the throw. Not in time from Happ. And the Mets have another.
Well, it's 2 hits for Iglesias. Ever since he has come up to the ball club, he's given them life, energy, but more important, he's given them some base hits.
1-2. Off the end of his bat, and that'll dunk in for another base hit. So Iglesias 3 for 3. Martinez scores. The throw is late. Marte scores as well. That's a 2 RBI single for Jose Iglesias. And the Mets take an 11-1 lead.
2 strikes. They're trying to put the bat on the ball. So Wesneski coming in, putting fuel to the fire. That puts a 10 spot on Imanaga.
Iglesias shoots that one to the left side. Unable to handle it is Swanson, and he looks to be shaken up on that play as well.
I think he turned his ankle a little bit, and that'll be a base hit, the 4th, I think, for Iglesias this afternoon.
4th full count of the night for Assad. 3-2. And that's well struck. Left field. Happ going back, turning and looking, and it's gone. And Lindor will touch them all. And the Mets have a 2-0 lead for Francisco Lindor. That's his 13th of the year.
Tried to backdoor the cutter, and Francisco Lindor was actually waiting for that pitch to come through, and it did. And one thing that Francisco has done really well this year is go the other way.
To 2 strikes. That's drilled. That's well struck left field. That's on its way. Gone. And Nimmo will touch them all. Back-to-back homers. Lindor and Nimmo. And it's 3-0. And there's that spot in the bleachers out in left field.
You had a chance to see Johnny Bench face Fernando Valenzuela or whatever.
Oh! And Lindor able to grab that one. And a heck of a play as he steals a hit from Morel. Bob, tell me about being down there for the ceremony and what it was like in terms of the fans. That's cracked center field. Pete Crow Armstrong will just turn and watch it go. Oh boy, a titanic shot to center field. Out there by the cameraman. Look out. Over the batter's eye, Vientos all over one. His 7th, and the Mets get a run back. It is now 5-2. Whoa. Back here at Wrigley, Carlos Mendoza coming out because Edwin Diaz has just been ejected. Vic Carapazza there between Diaz and Mendoza. He's the crew chief. They inspected him for the sticky stuff and didn't like what they found. And he has just been thrown out of this game. So Diaz comes on, will not throw a pitch, has been tossed. And now the Mets will have to go to a different reliever. Diekman. And that is on the inside corner, ball game. And the Mets win it. 5-2 the final. So from Diaz to Smith to Diekman, and the Mets, with the best record in the month of June, they have won 13 of 19.
Well, the pitch is in the zone. I think it's the way Alvarez caught it that really kind of fooled Wisdom. You could see Alvarez caught that a little funny, but it was in the zone.
21-21 in his career, but undefeated after the hip surgery.
And he goes upstairs to strike out Torres for the first out of the night. J.D. Davis on deck, and Verdugo swings and misses at the slider, and Peterson with back-to-back strikeouts. And Davis takes strike 3 called. A generous call on the outside corner from Lance. Scowling because he doesn't get to face the Mets as Jahmai Jones takes a call, 3rd strike, and Peterson, after a rough beginning, is now retired 5 in a row. And he goes down swinging on a fastball. And he struck him out. Went right back to that changeup to get him.
The 1-2 is on the outside corner, just like the first one was.
And Volpe goes down swinging on the curveball. High fly ball deep to left, and Verdugo goes back and takes a look, and this one's going to sail out of here. Mark Vientos homers for a 2nd consecutive at bat. His 8th home run of the year, and it's 2-0 Mets. That was a towering blast. Vientos is taking off.
Boy, he has been the one man that's had to be patient.
Mark Vientos leads off on the home 4th against Garrett Cole, and he drives this one to the gap in right center, headed toward the fence, and it hits off the wall, goes over. A home run for Vientos. His 2nd home run of the night. A laser beam off the top of the fence and into the bullpen. 2nd career multiple home run game from Mark Vientos, his 9th of the year, and the Mets now lead it 4-0. 0-2 from Garrett. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Volpe hits it sharply. Vientos with a diving stop, gets up, one-hop throw, and Alonso at the stretch. He got it. What a way to start the night. Terrific play on both ends by Vientos and Alonso, and they get Volpe.
Oh, that had a leadoff double written all over it, and Vientos continues to shine with the glove.
Now Minaya, after getting a good defensive play behind him for the first out, has walked 3 in a row to set the stage for Alex Verdugo. And Verdugo gets one to second, chance for 2. McNeil to Lindor, back to first, just in time, double play, side retired. Minaya pulls a Peterson and gets out of the first inning unscathed.
Nimmo gets to 3rd, so he's there, the only base runner with 2 outs. And now it's up to Alvarez here to try to bring in Nimmo from 3rd. The Mets up on the Yanks, 1-0.
Alvarez rubs one out to right. Soto going back. It's over his head, and it's out of here. Francisco Alvarez goes the other way for a 2-run homer. Number 4 for Alvarez, and it's 3-0 Mets. The Mets have 2 on with 2 out. So here's Taylor, who's been hit by a pitch and walked. 1-1 to Taylor. And he cracks one to deep left field. Back goes Verdugo, takes a look, and it's out of here. Tyrone Taylor brings down the house with a 3-run homer. 3rd home run of the year for Taylor, and the Mets reassert themselves. It's 10-2. And a bouncing ball. Iglesias charges, and the ball game is over. Midnight comes 18 minutes early for the Yankees as the Mets sweep the 2-game series, bludgeoning the Yankees for the 2nd straight night. Big night for Francisco Alvarez, and the Mets beat the Yankees 12-2.
It'll be tough for him to go that deep into this game. Bregman lines it toward left center, moving over for it, now moving back. Bader has to recorrect and make the catch to end the inning. Now he's won a Gold Glove. He had to make a Gold Glove effort after nearly misjudging that ball. And Harrison Bader takes a base hit away from Bregman. You're going to go collect. We're going to a pizza delivery up here in a minute. Here's a fly ball out toward right center field from Taylor. Back out near the wall is McCormick, and it's gone. Opposite field it goes for Tyrone Taylor, tying the game at 2. Taylor's homered in back-to-back games. Hit one against the Yankees on Wednesday. Drove that one out the other way to tie this one up.
I mean, the opposite field approach is just prestigious right there. The ability to let a ball travel.
Alonso was front and center, begging the Mets to even bring Martinez in, but they all respect Martinez, and you have to respect that from Pete Alonso. A long way and a go-ahead home run as Alonso cracks one to give the Mets the lead. That was smoked. 17th home run for Alonso. He leads the Mets. OMG, that was a long one. Now Jeff McNeil was 1 for 2 tonight. Really a gift base hit on a pop-up that should have been caught. And he hooks one toward the right field corner. This ball is gone! Into the front row, a 3-run homer. And Jeff McNeil has given the Mets a 6-2 lead. Jeff McNeil rips his first home run at Citi Field this season. It takes Ronel Blanco out of the game, and it electrifies Citi Field with the Mets up 6-2. They were 16 and 15 the last time they were above 500. If they win tonight, they'll be 40 and 39 as they near the halfway point. It's 3-2 on Mauricio Dubon. Check swing, strike 3, and the New York Mets keep right on rolling. They've defeated the Astros tonight 7-2. Houston left 14 men on base. Dubon was responsible for 8 of them, and the Mets are feeling the vibes right now.
New York City! Let's keep the party going! Oh my God, todo lo malo echado para allá. Oh my God, dame salud y prosperidad. No tengo nada, pero soy feliz. Solo recuerdos habitan en mí. Sueños que cumplir y yo voy a mí. Puede que esté crazy, pero no lazy. Y hasta lograrlo voy a hacer. Oh my God, todo lo malo echado para allá. Oh my God, dame salud y prosperidad. Que se me alineen todos los planetas. Que mi cartera no haga más dieta. Que me visite la buena suerte para ayudar a toda mi gente. Oh my God, todo lo malo echado para allá. Oh my God, dame salud y prosperidad. Hay que dar gracias por un día más de vida. Por los amigos que son pocos hoy en día. No hagas el mal porque todo se te vira. Un día estás abajo y al otro día arriba. Sueños que cumplir y yo voy a mí. Puede que esté crazy, pero no lazy. Y hasta lograrlo voy a seguir. Candelita, oh my God, Mauro, díselo Yanko, oh my God, todo lo malo echado para allá, oh my God, dame salud y prosperidad, que la mala lengua no tenga chance y que la envidia a mí no me alcance, que el tiempo siempre sea mi testigo, solo hago el bien, por eso te pido, oh my God, lucha por tu sueño. Let me see those hands. Oh my God. Cuando no encuentres la salida, let's go. Canta conmigo. Oh my God. Todo lo malo echado para allá. Oh my God. Dame salud y prosperidad. God bless you all. Let's have a great night. I love you all. Let's go New York Reds.
Tyrone Taylor's homered in each of the last 2 games, pummeling good pitchers. That's inside ball 4. So Taylor worked his way back into the count and drove Valdez's second walk. So the Mets have a leadoff base runner in the second, and now Mark Vientos. Behind on Vientos 2-0. And it's hit sharply, but right at Altuve, and he boots it. Taylor goes first to third. And the Mets have runners at the corners with nobody out. Well, last night it was a big error by Alex Bregman that opened the door for the Mets. Now an error by the former Gold Glover Altuve. That's a take it. Here's Iglesias. Taylor at third, Vientos at first with nobody out. And Iglesias taps one slowly. Valdez scoops it home, and he throws it over the catcher. Taylor scores. Legging for third is Vientos. Holding at first is Iglesias. A foolish play by Valdez, who had no chance to get Taylor at the plate. And the Mets tie the game 1-1.
Wow.
He is discombobulated, Keith.
Yes, something's wrong. No chance. And here's his.
Down a ground ball through the hole by Bader. That'll get the run in. Vientos comes in to score, and the Mets go in front 2-1. So the Mets taking full advantage of the Astro miscues, and they've plated 2 runs and still nobody out. So 1 out, and now Nimmo fouled out to third his first time up. And Brandon lifts one down the left field line, cutting across is Alvarez. And he can't get it. It bounces up against the sidewall. In to score is Iglesias. On to third goes Bader, and Nimmo's got an RBI double. It's 3-1 New York.
Wow.
Yordan Alvarez, who doesn't play the outfield much. So now 2 out, 2 in scoring position for Alonso. Bader dashing down the line from third, trying to get his attention, and Alonso bangs one into center for a base hit. Bader is in. Here comes Nimmo. He will score. 5-1 New York. Alonso drives in a pair, picks up Martinez, and the Mets have a 5 spot in the second. Here's Vientos, who hit the ball that went through Altuve. That got the Mets going. That's a long fly ball to center. Myers looks up at the wall, and it's out of here into the black. Mark Vientos. Power to center field. 0-2 coming. And that's driven out to left center field. Back in the gap near the wall. It's out of here. Brandon Nimmo ties the game with his 100th career home run. A 2-run shot for Nimmo, and the Mets have come back to tie it 4-4 in the 7th. Number 100 for Brandon Nimmo. And Nimmo rips one down the line. That's a fair ball off the jutting stands. That'll tie the game. Nimmo heading for second. The throw by Cabbage to second, not in time. Nimmo drives in his 3rd run of the game. It's tied at 5, and the winning run is at second with nobody out.
Well, what a year Brandon's having. Slider. See how it stays flat. Just no one guarding the line.
Brandon 50 RBIs for the year with 3 today. And that's hit to second. Sliding stop Iglesias out at second. Lindor to first. Double play. Beautifully done. Jose Iglesias with a magical stop. Starts the 4-6-3 double play and gets Peterson out of the inning. The go-ahead run at first, and Alvarez drives one to the gap in left center field. That's going to go all the way back to the wall. In to score is Vientos. Here comes Taylor around third. Abrams will not make a relay throw. Alvarez gives the Mets the lead with a 2-run double. 3-2 New York. The Mets continue to take advantage of every mistake the opponent makes. And Martinez drives one to deep center field. Back goes Young to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! J.D. Martinez into the green, a 3-run homer. J.D. breaks out with a huge home run in the 10th inning. He had been 0 for his last 12, but he unloaded one. A 3-run shot, his 10th of the year, and the Mets go in front 6-3. 2-2 to Alvarez. And he flies one deep to right. Back goes Thomas to the warning track, and it's off the fence. It stays in play. Taylor scores. Alvarez around second. He's going to try for a triple. The throw by Thomas, and he's safe. A 3-base hit for Francisco Alvarez. And the Mets have a 4-run lead in the 10th. He missed a home run by inches.
This is how strong Alvarez is. Oh, man, just a little bit more to the right. It's a home run.
And Iglesias flies one to deep center field. Back goes Young to the warning track at the wall, and it's out of here. A 2-run homer for Jose Iglesias, his first home run as a New York Met. And the Mets put the hammer down with a 6-run 10th inning.
Oh, wow.
Now Brandon Nimmo will try and get him in. Second at bat for Brandon, who came in the game when Harrison Bader was shaken up, crashing into the wall.
Nimmo hits it hard, base hit. That'll tie up the game. Lindor around third. He'll come in to score. Brandon Nimmo goes the other way for an RBI single, and the Mets get even. It's 2-2. 51 RBIs for Brandon Nimmo. A night in the hospital, back today, and he gets the Mets even in the 8th.
And boy, has he been clutch.
Meneses at first with 1 out. 1-2 to Vargas.
Double play ball, Lindor with the flip, Iglesias with the turn, in time double play, side retired. Iglesias had to come a long way to get that throw at second, and he made the turn for the 6-4-3.
Last night in extra innings, Jose Iglesias homered for the first time as a Met.
Line the other way, that's a base hit down the right field line, and that'll bring in Taylor with the lead run. Iglesias will get 2 bases out of that, so Iglesias missed the left field line, but he keeps it there down the right field line, and the Mets lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-2.
Boy, what a job Iglesias has been doing. He is now 8 for 11 with runners in scoring position.
There's a big second out for Garcia, and now Nimmo will come up.
Nimmo lines one down the left field line. That's a fair ball going into the corner. That'll bring in Iglesias with the second run of the inning. Nimmo's second RBI of the night. An opposite field double, and it's 4-2 New York. Brandon Nimmo didn't even start this game. Sat out last night after fainting the night before, and he's sending the Nationals into a faint tonight.
Run-scoring doubles from Iglesias and Nimmo, and the Mets have a 2-run lead.
And Vientos muscles one into left field for a base hit. That'll bring in Nimmo with the third run of the inning. Mark Vientos drives in a run, and it's 5-2 New York. Second hit of the night for Vientos, and the Mets, knowing they have to keep on scoring,
Now Alonso with Gamble, the pinch runner at first and 2 out.
And Pete drives one to deep left field. Back goes Wood. He takes a look at the wall, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso puts the hammer down with a 2-run homer.
Oh, wow.
6 runs in the 10th inning last night. 5 runs in the 10th inning tonight. Alonso's 18th home run of the year, and the Mets lead at 7-2.
OMG.
Alonso's 27th career home run against the Nationals, his most against any team.
He bangs this one to deep right field, headed toward the stands, and it's out of here. Jeff McNeil breaks the ice with his 5th home run of the year. Down in the count 0-2, and he crushed it over the 21-foot fence in right field for his 5th home run, and it's 1-0 New York.
Well, the Mets, after going 15 innings without a run, break that on a Jeff McNeil home run. Cruz flies one to shallow left center. Coming on is Nimmo. He dives, and did he get it?
Yeah. He made the catch. Beautiful play by Nimmo with the barrel roll at the end, and he hangs on to retire Cruz and end the inning.
Yes, indeed, he got it.
Up that glove onto the ball. Perfect roll.
And Torrens drives one out to left center field. Back in the gap goes Reynolds. Back to the warning track. It's off the wall and bouncing away. 3 runs will score. Torrens pulls in at second base. A bases clearing double for Luis Torrens. And the Mets lead at 3-0. Finally, the Mets are able to cash in. And it's Torrens hitting it to the deepest part of the ballpark, back in that notch in left center field.
And we've seen more than our share this year.
That's hit hard out. Just base hit down the left field line, and that'll bring in Vientos. Torrens moves to third. And Iglesias pulls it at second with an RBI double, and the Mets expand their lead. It's 4-2. That's line toward the middle. Snagged by Lindor. The flip to second, not in time. Oh, wow. Lindor just got that ball in the webbing of his glove, and he nearly doubled off McCutchen.
Well, that wasn't hit hard enough, too. That would have scored 2. Could have been a big inning right here. That is a saving play.
0-2 to McCutchen. On the ground, Lindor gets in front of it. Out at second, McNeil to first. In time, and the ball game is over. Edwin Diaz returns to action and gets the save.
So now Nimmo is at a rough day at the plate. He's gone 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Nimmo drives one toward the gap in left center field. Back goes Reynolds near the wall, and it's off the wall. Lindor racing for third. He's being waved home. Here, Cruz can't get the handle. Can't make a relay. Lindor scores the first run of the game on an opposite field double by Brandon Nimmo, and the Mets have gone in front 1-0 in the 8th. And Lindor scores easily on the double by Nimmo. Bases loaded, 2 out, top of the 9th. Mets down by a run. And Francisco lines one into left field for a base hit. Gamble is in. Here comes Bader. He will score, and the Mets take the lead. Francisco Lindor with his 3rd hit of the day drives in the tying and go-ahead runs. And the Mets lead 3-2 in the 9th. Big time hit for Lindor with the Mets down to their final out. And they jump back in front in the 9th. 3-2 coming from Diaz to Suwinski. Ground ball right side. Iglesias comes in, and the ball game is over. On the second try, Edwin Diaz seals the deal. This is the Mets' first home game since the passing of their longtime photographer, Mark Levine. Tribute to Mark in the photo box, chair with his name on it with the camera. And in the dugout, another camera and a nice picture of Mark at work. Best way to pay tribute to Mark Levine is to show you some of his favorite work. Most recent addition to this group, he loved this shot of David Wright with the tongue out. Santana after his no-hitter. Celebration in 2015. And this, he said, was his favorite shot of all, the last day at Shea, when Mike Piazza and Tom Seaver bid goodbye to the old ballpark. We're going to miss him terribly. Nimmo flied out to left center field his first time up. Bader dancing off second. He's running, and Nimmo skies one out to left. Wood gives some ground to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Brandon Nimmo had some carry. An opposite field 3-run homer. And the Mets have a 4-0 lead.
Shows you the difference in April and 40 degrees and July and 90 degrees. This is what happens.
4th time through for here for Francisco.
That's driven to deep right field. Back goes Thomas to the warning track, and it's out of here. Francisco Lindor with a 2-run homer.
And he doesn't miss this one right here. Middle. Boom. See you later.
That was the first time this year that Irvin had faced the batter for the 4th time, and Lindor took him deep. Have you seen Quintana work this lineup differently this time than he did the last
There's
time?
been a little more curveballs, but he has a small advantage, as you see a little Chihuahua maybe eating a hot dog, which is pretty ironic.
Hot dog with a hot dog. 1-2 coming from Diaz to Abrams. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Edwin Diaz comes in, throws 4 pitches, and puts the Nats comeback to bed.
And Edwin just throws this fastball right by CJ, really finishes it.
So now Nimmo, Brandon is actually hitting for a higher average this year against lefties than he is against righties. And he drives this one out to right center field. Thomas takes a look, and it's out of here. For the first time in his career, Brandon Nimmo has homered in 3 consecutive games. And he gives the Mets the early lead 1-0.
Boy, everything that's in the strike zone, he is tattooing.
Number 16 for Nimmo, 9 in his last 23 games. And that is 2 step-offs now for Severino, so Wood could take a little extra liberty. There he goes. Pitch outside, throw by Alvarez, and the tag. He got him. Beautiful tag by Lindor to sweep that across and get Wood for the 2nd out.
Well, Alvarez's throwing in this game has improved considerably. Both throws on the money with something on them, and great snap tags by both infielders.
And he drives one to the gap in left center field. That's going to go all the way back to the wall. 2 runs are in. Here comes Lindor, and he will score. Brandon Nimmo clears the bases with a 3-run double.
And the Mets go in front 3-0 in the 5th.
His latest acquisition, Phil Maton, makes his Mets debut. And a swing and a miss. Got him with a curveball. So 3 pitches, and Maton picks up a strikeout, his first at bat as a Met. The triptych. Thomas, Winker, and Yepez, the base runners. 1-1. Grounded on the right side. McNeil hurries in to get it. Nunez gets his man, and the Mets shutout bid is intact. 5-0 going to the bottom of the 8th. 1-2 coming to Winker. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. And the Mets sweep the series from the Nats, and they have their first shutout victory of 2024. The Nats strand 12 base runners. David Peterson goes 6 innings for the win, and the Mets finally post a 0. Vientos 11 home runs and just 171 at bats. Vientos gets a hold of one deep center field. Doyle goes back to the wall, and it's out of here. Vientos gets a run back with a towering home run, his 12th of the year, and it's 2-1 Colorado.
So Mark Vientos with his 12th home run of the year, hitting it over the Great Wall of Flushing beyond the 370 mark.
And that's driven to deep left by Iglesias, and that's going to tie the game. Jose Iglesias with his second home run, his first at Citi Field, and the Mets get even 2-2. Back-to-back home runs for Vientos and Iglesias.
It's become a festival here when Jose Iglesias does his thing. We've been here 19 years. This is as good a story as we've ever had.
And Bader drives one deep left center. Back goes Hilliard near the wall, and it's out of here. Harrison Bader threes the charm, and the Mets go in front 3-2. Number 7 for Bader. 3 home runs for the Mets in a 4-batter span, and just like that, they've got the lead.
Now the Mets are making some extraordinary contact in this inning. Well, there is Iggy, who we showed the other night in a demonstration of the fact that it really is a dog-eat-dog world. We showed Iggy eating a hot dog the other night, and now he's become the latest Mets celebrity. We had Max early in the season.
That's right.
Max. We have Grimace. We've got OMG. And now we have Iggy. Who's going to go the distance?
Many more to come.
Bader's only had 1 multiple home run game in his career, and it came 5 years ago for the Cardinals.
That's drilled down the left field line, and he's got another multiple home run game. Harrison Bader clocks one out of here. A 2-run shot, his second of the night. The Mets have hit 4 home runs in the first 4 innings, and they lead it 6-2, and Iggy loves every minute of it. Now the Mets are rampaging. Another hanging breaking ball, and Bader made no mistake. Iglesias has hit one of the Mets' 4 home runs tonight. That's driven to deep left by Iglesias. Near the wall, it's out of here. For the first time in his career, Jose Iglesias has a 2 home run game. OMG! And it's 7-2 New York. Then bombs away for the Mets tonight. Jose Iglesias tonight with his 2nd and 3rd home runs of the year.
Those are Toyota numbers for Christian Scott. Last start, 77 pitches, 5 2/3 innings against the Bucks. Only allowed a couple of runs.
It was his first time pitching on regular rest, so they shortened his start. He'll be on regular rest again today. Swing and a miss, and Scott strikes out Blackman to start the game.
Well, so far facing Blackman, some nice arm side run by Scott on that fastball and beats him up and away.
And a swing and a miss, and Scott's had back-to-back strikeouts to start his night.
Boy, Scott has come out very aggressive with his fastball. First 2 hitters of this game racking up 2 strikeouts.
Diaz cuts and misses, chasing the slider. And Scott has his first strikeout since the first inning. 3rd of the day.
Cave goes down swinging on the high slider, and Scott works himself out of trouble in the 4th. Got around a leadoff double, and he struck him out. Got him with a nice inside fastball. It's 5 strikeouts for Christian Scott. And here comes Carlos Mendoza, and that's going to be all for Christian Scott. So Scott issues his first walk of the day, and he'll be out after 4 1/3, and that elusive first victory still beyond Christian Scott's grasp. That's driven out toward the gap in right
right center field by McNeil, and that ball's going to go back to the wall, and 2 more runs will score. Gamble is in, Torrens right behind him. Jeff McNeil with a 2-run double, and it's 4-0 New York. The Mets continue to pile on every mistake the opposition makes and make them pay dearly.
A little breaking ball just sat right in the middle of the plate, and he took advantage of it. Just a bullet to right center.
Jose Butto comes on for the Mets, trying to protect a 1-run lead in the 5th inning.
Funny, Gary, you asked Carlos Mendoza, what would you like Butto to do in the bullpen? Go long as a long man or a short man? He said yes.
Again, the 2-2. Hit on the ground down to first, handled by Alonso. Gets the out at second. Lindor with the pitcher covering, gets it there in time. Side retired. 3-6-1 double play, handled brilliantly. And he struck him out. Came up and in with a changeup. Doyle is retired, 1 out of the 6. Rogers chases for strike 3. So Butto keeps racking up the outs. Got the double play to end the 5th, and now he has 2 strikeouts to start the 6th. Struck him out, got him with a changeup. Jose Butto strikes out the side at the top of the 6th. What a revelation he's been. And he goes back to the changeup to strike out Hilliard. That's his 4th strikeout.
You know how they tried to center him and get that wonderful movement on the plate is they started to move the catchers down the middle of the plate. And you see where Torrens is sitting right kind of down the middle and letting the ball work towards the corners.
Struck him out. He got him with a changeup. Jose Butto, 2 2/3 brilliant relief innings. He's got 5 strikeouts, and he keeps the Mets ahead.
And Lindor skies one to center, pretty well hit. Back goes Doyle to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Francisco Lindor with a straightaway 3-run homer.
They pitch to Lindor with first base open, and Lindor crushes one. His 17th home run, and the Mets have a 7-3 lead in the 8th.
What a clutch at bat by number 12. Somehow, some way, this team gets to 6 or 7 runs each and every game, and this time in the bottom of the 8th, a 3-run bomb to deep center.
Is there anything more that these two can do to show that they belong in the All-Star game? I mean,
every day.
Come on. Here's Alonso.
And Pete drives one to deep left field, and his home run drought is over. Dean Alonso mashes a 2-run homer, his 19th of the year to tie the game. Warming up for the home run derby tomorrow night. Alonso had gone 42 at-bats without a home run, and he ends that with one mighty swing.
Carlos Mendoza was asked about it. He said, tough game. And he immediately lines one into center field for a base hit. And he hooks one to left field, base hit. 3 innings, no runs. That's flicked to right center field, and Iglesias has himself another hit. Grounds one toward the hole. That's going to go through for a base hit. It's a 4-hit game for Jose Iglesias.